Hi everyone. One of my favorite quotes is from M. Scott Peck. And the quote is, "The avoidance of pain is the beginning of all unhealthy behavior." And I think in that quote he sums up a lot of situations that we experience as people. One of the things I also understand is that people, everyone who's ever lived, no one has ever escaped injustice. All of us have experienced it at some level. So how we handle that injustice becomes of paramount importance since we all have it. And so when you see people who are struggling with their value and feeling like they're worthless and that they're no good, generally what they're doing is they're in that position because they've been wounded and they've never had any resolution, so it just starts to stack. So one of the things that I've understood in my life is that the freedom that I really seek is on the other side of my grief. And so I myself am acquainted with a lot of grief. My mom died when I was 10. Both my parents were alcoholics. I was abused by my dad. So I have a lot of experience with grief. And one of the things that early in my life that really fueled my addiction to drugs was the fact that I had all this pain and I was avoiding it, and the drugs were my way to avoid it. So one of the things I want to encourage you to do is lean into the pain. I often say it like this: no one wants to walk into a buzzsaw, but that's exactly what it feels like when you start to lean into your pain. But I will promise you, if you lean into that pain, you will start to get some freedom. And one of the ways I would encourage you to do so practically is one of the things that happens is our mind, our experiences are like, I call it like a lazy Susan in your mind. So you have a thought and then you push it away and it goes around and it comes back. And now, instead of that thought that when you just had it, it's that thought plus it has friends. So then you move that around, and so it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And so when you write something down or you do a voice memo or however you get it to the outside of you, what happens is now it doesn't change, it doesn't move, it stays the same. And you can start to build some context, and you can start to see what's happening, and you can start to heal, and you can start to see what the feelings are. And you can also, at that point, show a third party if you want. So it helps you start to shut down the committee and get clear about what's being said and what's happening on the inside. And then as you move into the pain of that, the loss of that, the whatever of that, then you start to have more space inside. And as you honor that pain, one of the things you're doing is valuing yourself. When you avoid the pain, you're devaluing you. You matter. The fact that you were harmed matters. So when you honor that, it starts the process of you valuing yourself. So I'd encourage you, if you could, to start to document some of that and move into the buzzsaw, and don't avoid your pain, and find the freedom that comes from going through the grief.